decided to do an hour of DJing before we're on stage live, just to set the tone. Hope to see you down there.
Kiwi.
102.2 Auckland.
Oh, I think we recognise that one as a dedicated Kiwi listener. That is Tommy Ill. Come home, Mr. Ill. And Tommy Ill has just released a brand new CD out on Loop Recordings, simply titled Tommy Ill. Tommy Ill's in the Kiwi studio.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, man. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Jason Bryant, as he was just leaving, he said, "Oh, you're not the typical rapper."
We all know what he means by that.
Well, you know, I think because if I looked at you now, I think, oh yeah, you're probably an indie kid.
Yeah.
Probably an indie dude.
Indian dude.
You could be, maybe. But that's true. I mean, what is your background in music? I mean, how far back do you go in making music?
I started making rap music when I was 13 years old, which I'm 18 now, so I'm lying. I'm a bit older than that, but you know, it was a while ago. It's about 10 years I think I've been making rap music. So I mean, I didn't really know what rap music was supposed to be about when I got a Beastie Boys record and learned all the words to that, and that was my introduction to rap music. So you can sort of see why I was a bit confused.
So well, I mean, you know, Beastie Boys. I mean, the whole Brooklyn scene. You know, they've done very well. I mean,
definitely,
people would consider them, you know, superstars.
Definitely.
In the rap world. But it's interesting when you say rap, you don't immediately think of the Beastie Boys, though, do you?
They're not the cliche. Which
no.
I think I don't know. I like my friends that I grew up around and stuff weren't into rap music as well, which I think has been a good influence on me in that I sort of don't think of the music I make as in a rap music sort of way. I think of it as a making music sort of way, because all my friends are musicians and they make music, but I sort of treat it in the same way that they do theirs. So. I
mean, not to get too far down, I guess, into the fine semantics, but are you making a distinction between rap and hip-hop?
No, I sort of think when I think of hip hop, and I think look, you know, it depends who you talk to, because there's people who talk about hip hop dance and hip hop this and that. But I mean, hip hop has always been to me the four elements, which is like MCing, like rapping, DJing, graffiti, and breakdancing.
Yeah,
maybe turntablism as well. I don't know. But yeah, so I think that rap is part of hip hop.
And how many of those disciplines within the culture do you get into?
I'm too uncoordinated to breakdance.
Yeah.
I used to write graffiti until I got in trouble.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
street art, we'd call it.
I wasn't very good at it.
No.
So.
And what about turntablism?
I broke my dad's turntables once.
As you should. No, you're giving it a good bash?
Rapping was always the thing that appealed to me.
Yeah.
And I got the most out of, so I've been, I guess that's why I'm into it. I don't know.
And of course, that's the key element, the rap, the vocals over the track. But you are quite distinctive in your sound of the backing tracks that you choose. Where do you source some of this material? Often it sounds like it's pulled from, say, the 50s or 60s or.
Yeah, I mean, I really like looking up really old, obscure music, and I'm into a lot of like northern soul and blues and things like that. So I'm looking at that, like listening to that stuff anyway, and I look up a lot of record collectors on the internet and find people who have got a record that's out of copyright and was a sort of 500 pressing thing in 1960 or something like that. Is
but they sound so great.
Public domain sort of stuff. It's digging for the new age because it's all on the internet. I'm too lazy to go through crates of records and stuff, I guess. But
because that's the problem, is clearing samples, isn't it?
Yeah, but let's not talk about
that. Loop doesn't want to know anything about that, do they? But though the samples and tracks you choose lend straight away an upbeat vibe to your music, would you say?
Yeah, and I think it's sort of what I look for when I'm looking for something to base a track around, is just usually an upbeat sort of vibe, something that I find easy to write to, because I come up with the music first and then I'll try and write a song to it, and so my computer is full of hundreds and hundreds of tracks that haven't quite, inspired me enough to write songs. Then the best ones I finish and end up on the album. So.
Would you say in the New Zealand hip-hop or rap scene there's a tendency to try and emulate what happens in the States and also talk about the same kind of things, but in New Zealand context, like being kind of down and out in South Auckland and, you know, and relating that to the Bronx or somewhere in LA?
I think there is to an extent, but I think just hip-hop by nature, you can't really avoid imitating to some extent, I think, just because that's where it came from. And there's like dudes like Young Sid and stuff like that, but I think that has its place. I think that sort of music, there is a market for it, and I don't think it's any less honest than what I'm doing. It's just a different angle.
Because I mean, you'll talk about a robot in your songs quite happily.
Exactly.
And that's the track we're playing on Kiwi at the moment. Is that a childhood story or childhood fantasy?
No, it's at the moment I actually have a robot.
You do?
Yeah,
not a Roomba, is it? One of those vacuum cleaners.
Well, yeah, it would be nice if it was.
Yeah.
No, I don't really know what that was about. I had another song that I wrote about a robot first. This is actually the second attempt at writing a song about a robot. The first one was really dark and a bit too gruesome sounding, so I rewrote it. And
it seems to me that you do have quite a bit of a sense of humour coming through a lot of your songs as well. Yeah, you don't take things too seriously. Would that be true?
Yeah, I think that's in life. I don't take things too seriously, so it reflects it in the music, I guess.
Pretty serious though to release this on this new album on Loop Recordings. I think this would be the first hip hop or rap release on Loop, as far as I'm aware. Anyway,
my last two EPs were on Loop as well.
They were on Loop as well.
But first rap album.
Yeah, full length.
No, there was Yes King. And
oh, okay. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no.
Don't worry about me.
I.
I'm just the dude over here holding the album, which is great. It's got some great cool imagery on there. Do you own a lot of the paraphernalia?
Yep, the stuff on the album cover is either my property or my dear friend Bailey's property. We took a whole bunch of stuff up to my garage and spray painted it different colours. And Bailey was supposed to be the graphic designer to do the artwork and stuff, and so we took all the photos and everything. And then he went skiing and had a terrible accident, and has now got a metal arm.
Is he the robot?
He could be the robot, yeah. But so I had to do all the layout for the CD artwork because he was a bit broken.
Well, we will finish here on a little bit of your latest track here, Robot, featuring a robot in there. Tommy Ill, thanks so much for being my guest and talking about the brand new CD. Go get it on the recordings.
Just say one thing?
Yes.
Coming to Auckland real soon, August 17th at Cassette Number 9 and August 18th at Backer Room.
Choice, and then a bit of a tour in September, down to Queenstown, Dunedin.
I mean September. I said September? I said August, sorry. September.
Okay. Then you'll be in Timaru, and then back in Christchurch, and then Auckland, as you say, on the 17th of September and the 18th at the Bacco Room, and then in Wellington on the 24th of September. So plenty of opportunities to go catch Tommy Ill. Cheers, mate. Nice to meet you. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Gonna be big, be bigger than big. I don't know.